Hello, Kathy.
I can't make it tonight.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you that.
Jack, tell her where you're going. In fact, tell her who you work for. She'll be impressed.
I work for the CIA, and the director asked me at the last minute to come with him to Russia to do a nuclear arms inspection.
That is so lame.
Hello?
You're about to breathe air that's way over your pay grade, so listen up. You're going to be asked for analysis and advice, so be sure you know what you're talking about. Welcome to the CIA, sport.
At a time of increasing tension,
According to this, there are 17 senior scientists on duty today.
I only count 14.
deliberate deception,
3 Russian scientists are missing. I need to know where they are.
Suit up. I don't go on the missions. I just write reports.
So write a report about it.
I'm an analyst.
I'm not trained for this.
Just be my eyes and ears.
I can't be with somebody who's going to keep their life hidden from me, Jack.
I will not let that happen. My orders are to get the right information to the people who make the decision.
Put it in your report.
And if you shut me out, your family and 25 million other families will be dead.
The Sum of All Fears. Directed by Phil Alden Robinson.
And that was the audio for the Sum of All Fears trailer, which we're not going to include much of because...
Wow, that spoiled like the entire movie in that one trailer.
Yeah! So, just straight off the bat, don't watch the trailer.
Don't.
Like, just... You know, if you're gonna watch it on Netflix blind, please, for the love of God.
Yeah. Wow. That just... Wow. Okay.
So, this is Willroar Newsance reviews The Sum of All Fears.
Yeah!
Which was directed by Phil Alden Robinson, starring Ben Affleck and Morgan Freeman.
Based on the best-selling novel by Tom Clancy, which is why we're reviewing it today to honor him.
Yes, because we've sadly lost Clancy, and Ben Affleck was in a movie, and he's going to be Batfleck soon, so...
And a trailer just came out for a movie that is also based on this character,
Yes,
Jack Ryan.
another Jack Ryan, which is... So, you see, there's actually a whole chronology to the Jack Ryan films currently. Shadow Operative Agent, whatever stupid
Yeah,
name.
it's called Jack Ryan, Shadow Agent.
Stupid name. So that's going to be the earliest in the timeline. But it looks like a pretty clear-cut reboot since... in Sum of All Fears, he's not at all a field agent.
No.
So... But Sum of All Fears is sort of a remake, but it's actually supposed to sort of be in timeline with the other 3 Jack Ryan movies.
Yes.
Those 3, you see, there's Sum of All Fears, and then The Hunt for Red October. I clicked out of something.
The Sean Connery movie, if you guys didn't already
and then
know.
there's the 2 Harrison Ford movies, which starts with Patriot Games, which is
That was Jack Ryan, wasn't it?
yes,
I totally forgot his name was Jack Ryan.
which is supposed to be a sequel to Hunt for Red October, like straight up a sequel.
Yeah.
They were trying to do like a James Bond thing and like just start getting new actors to play these
forgot
parts.
about that. That's awesome. Except, wow, there
was one more with Harrison Ford, Clear and Present Danger.
Yes, I saw both of those.
I own both on VHS and have seen neither.
Wow.
I know. There's so many films I own on VHS that I haven't seen. I haven't seen The Fugitive.
Well,
But I own it.
Hey, I haven't seen The Fugitive either,
You're
so...
not a movie guy.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'm not as much of a movie guy as you.
You're the first person to not give me major crap for not seeing The Fugitive.
Well, I personally can't give you major crap for it because I haven't seen it, but, you know...
So there,
that'd be very hypocritical.
That is why we're friends. That alone. We are the last 2 people on planet who haven't seen The Fugitive.
It's
so
not
we're
that
all
we don't
have.
want to. It's just that it just hasn't happened, I guess.
And we don't have. I don't have a working VHS player, even though I literally have a bin full of VHSs. I can't watch Waterworld anymore.
No, Waterworld.
It's actually quite embarrassing. Anyways, we're getting so off topic.
So off topic already.
Back
Anyways,
to the Sum of All Fears. So, Sum of All Fears was at the time of its release, and technically still the earliest in the Jack Ryan chronology before Shadow Bollocks comes and ruins all that. which I am.
Gotta smack Chris Pyne in the face.
So we're going to do non-spoiler opinions right now.
Right now, non-spoiler opinions.
So Newsance.
Yes.
What did you think of some of it? Since he hasn't seen it,
Yes,
I've seen it before.
he's seen it.
This was his
I have not
first
seen it.
viewing.
I thought it was freaking amazing. Like, I really enjoyed that movie. Like, I already enjoyed Patriot Games. You haven't seen Patriot Games yet, but I enjoyed that a lot. So it was kind of the same style in terms of the international crisis kind of thing, except in Patriot Games he's older and yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Like the mix of like the humor was great.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh, the humor was really good.
Well, it's slash humor and just slash the ratio of badass lines in this film.
Oh my gosh,
off the chart.
I want to quote. I'm gonna use so many quotes from this. It's amazing. Like I'm not like I am surprised that more people don't use quotes from that. Oh my gosh, like what the president used that one time.
Here's actually the shocking thing about it is that not many people really care for it. Like, it's not a very popular film, and
well, yeah,
and a lot of people are just kind of pretty meh about it.
That boggles me. I don't. That boggles me. Not my mind. It boggles me. But yeah, like I don't know. Like all the humor that was in there just seemed like well timed. Like it didn't seem like it was out of place when it was using the humor like I've seen in some movies. So I appreciated that. And then just the suspense that it had and the shocking parts of it were the shocking parts were shocking, the suspenseful parts were suspenseful, and the humor parts were well placed and humorous.
Yeah, it is an incredibly, very tightly scripted film.
Yes, that's basically what I'm trying to say here. The scripting was amazing.
Which you can think Paul Attanasio, I really hope I didn't do that wrong, and Daniel Pyne, but it's Pyne?
Pyne.
Daniel Pyne, or
I don't know. It's probably Pyne, and he's just trying to be different. What did they do?
I am looking that up. Yeah, but there's not a lot of comedy really in the film. Like overall, it's just It's such like
when it does happen,
an intense so much weight is on you while watching this film that like even the smallest bits, even the smallest humorous lines,
it's just
are just so amazing.
Indeed.
This might actually be one of the bigger IMDb open show. I don't know if I should blame IMDb or Windows RT. Probably Windows RT.
He's using his Surface to look this stuff up.
Because I was one of the first 100 people in my state to own a Surface because I am an idiot. That is Willroar's. Okay. I can do some. The producer credits are open. None of them are lining up with the top 5 known for. So he wrote Sum of All Fears. He also wrote Donnie Brasco, pretty famous 1997 film. Okay. He's written bits of House, and he was, I don't know if he's the writer or at least writer of, because it won't open, Quiz Show, which 1994 film may not be the most well-known film, but among film circles, many people are of the mind it could be the or one of the best written scripts ever, just from a purely screenwriting standpoint. So Paul Daniel had a bit in that.
That's pretty cool.
And then Daniel Pyne recently he didn't get too much after Sum of All Fears. There was The Manchurian Candidate, good stuff. Fracture, which I don't know. He also wrote Any Given Sunday, what some claim to be the last good Oliver Stone film, which I kind of disagree with, but whatever. Not really much. Like some TV some random stuff. Even though IMDb says Fracture is like the #1 known for film. Strange. Do you know
Some of All Fears?
Over Some of All Fears and Manchurian Candidate and an Oliver Stone movie.
I've at least even heard of Manchurian Candidate. Like,
yeah, I don't
like Fracture. What is that?
Anyways,
we'll talk about that some other time.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
But to get to, I guess, where I stand, the Sum of All Fears, I think it's really not a great film. It's not like the heaviest of films, but it's so well done, like in nearly every aspect. Like, there are moments where the dialogue does taper off. Mostly our introduction to Ben Affleck and his girlfriend is
it's a little
cheesy.
Yeah, it was pretty
to put
cheesy.
it lightly.
Yeah.
I have some bad news to tell you, and I don't want you to be shocked by it. You're in love with me.
And she's a doctor, so she can see all the signs.
Which is a line.
That is legitimately
Okay, but really, the rest of the movie is so good, so intense, and because I didn't see the trailer ahead of time, I didn't see all, like, the massive twists and shocks that happen. I don't know what was going on with trailers in the early 2000s.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. Like, we're not going to show you it. Don't look it up if you haven't seen it.
No, please, just both of us are very positive about the movie. Both of us really enjoy this. Just watch it. Like,
just don't do the trailer.
Seriously, the trailer literally goes through mostly the entire movie.
Except for, like, the very end.
But they show, like, visual clips from the very end.
Yeah.
So just skip the trailer. This is such a fantastically fun, really energetic movie that doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it's aged, because there's no real sci-fi stuff at all to it, except maybe one bit with a little, like, this tool that, like, froze some wire.
I don't know exactly what happened there, but yeah, this guy was basically breaking into a fence. This isn't really a spoiler. It's just a minor thing.
It's a spy movie.
I mean, it's stuff you're gonna break into fences, but it was like this, like, it looked like one of those cans that you use to, like, blow dust out of your computers, like with the little straw at the end, except it didn't have the straw, but it was shooting in a straight, like, kind of stream.
Yeah, so,
but then he did a little box and then he just kind of pushed it out. But it wasn't like a sizzling. It was
that is
like
the most sci-fi part of Sum of All Fears. Like, this is really,
quote unquote,
a shockingly grounded movie.
It's very realistic, like it tries hard to be like a realistic film.
And if you know Tom Clancy novel, this is what the guy was born for. Like, whether you agree with his views, whether his stories were actually good stories, the thing is, he understood international politics to an obsessive degree.
Yes.
And he always nails it. And it's always, especially when it gets turned into a film that has a director this good, that pulls it off well. Yeah, and as an espionage fan, like, I love nearly everything spy. The Jason Bourne trilogy, I put above Star Wars because I'm that crazy weird guy. That's how much I've devoted my life to espionage films. I love it. I love it so much. I'm embarrassed by how many Robert Ludlum novels I've read. All the really, even his Trizzy, like Trevain, to the one person who knows what Trevain is. I read it, and I liked it. Because I'm a horrible person.
Awful.
Trevain is one of, like, his cheesiest, just silliest novels he ever wrote.
Okay.
And I own a copy in my closet right now.
All right.
So, boast in very enthusiastic recommendations, right? I'm not speaking for you?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, I would recommend this to everyone. Yeah.
So, you get the point. It's actually a really fantastic, fun movie that nobody talks about that you should see.
Definitely.
That, like, I mean, and it's not Hollywoodizing, and it deals with very serious subjects, and it makes them serious. It is disturbing in parts.
Yeah.
The thing
without actually being, like, what you would think disturbing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it doesn't.
It's a realistic
get that
disturbing. Yeah, it's a realistic disturbing. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
The scenarios are so well put, so gritty that like you get a sense of how this would actually play out, and there's something horrifying about that. Especially in a country, like as an American, we're not used to the threat, which is it's a scary topic. Not even something on our soul, just anything happening in the world.
Yeah,
that's kind of freaky. I mean, there's people of other nationalities who have gone through crazy stuff, who maybe wouldn't be shocked by an American audience, dealing with the potentials of nukes, with the potentials of mass warfare. It's scary, and it's still haunting. We don't have that much experience with it.
Yeah.
And to get this really thrilling, entertaining Hollywood film that does the topic respect, that's weird and abnormal.
Indeed. Yeah.
And if you've read Clancy's novels, those screenwriters are fantastic, but you can tell the Clancy parts.
Yeah.
So now we are going to move on to the spoiler zone.
The spoiler zone. Highway to the spoiler zone.
Okay, so I went with the Twilight Zone theme, and you went with whatever pops on.
Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone, man. Come on.
Okay, fair enough, but I think that actually says that just defined us. You went to Kenny Loggins, I went to the Twilight Zone. This is the perfect one to define Willroar and Newsance. Willroar automatically thinks when he needs to do something zone-themed, Twilight Zone, and Newsance goes to Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone.
This is perfect. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay.
I don't know how I'm going to make a bit strip comic about it for the Facebook page.
Eventually, when we're big and famous and we do a best of Willroar and Newsance.
Yes.
Little clip show.
This will be the first one. This will be the introduction.
This will be number one, man. Right here.
It's gonna be a ranked list.
Yeah, it's gonna be a ranked list.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is number one. Number one, because it's a defining moment.
We found ourselves here. This is where the show picked up. This is when we got famous and all the money and all the babes.
I just had a spiritual revelation right now. At this very moment.
That you realized we will never learn to stay on topic.
That too.
Go on.
Oh, is that a butterfly? Oh, anyways, what?
Are you serious?
No!
What? Oh,
I was making a joke about being not on topic.
Oh, I thought there was actually a butterfly in the room, which I was going to freak out about.
Another defining moment on the Willroar Newsance show. But quality content.
My phobia of all thing insexual is well known.
That was a very dangerous.
Oh yes, it was.
That's very dangerous.
Oh yes. Insects know my wrath, know my fury, my scorn.
His scorn.
But go on. No, let's go next. Go on.
Beware his corn.
With the sum of all fears, we are moving into spoilers. We are going to discuss things. Really,
alert! Spoilers! Spoilers alert!
We're going to discuss what was in the trailer, basically. Now,
essentially.
Thank you, horrible advertisers.
So,
okay, so I just want to first off.
Yes.
I was attempting to put the tablet down and failed. Go on.
Don't put it on my kid's name tins.
No sense. Okay. Moving your back.
Sorry,
There we go. So, Newsance.
Yes.
The big, shocking turning point. Literally, that turning point of the movie. Halfway through is the nuking of Baltimore.
Yes.
All of Baltimore
Holy
is
crap.
Destroyed, wiped out, bathing in nuclear radiation. It's horrifying in every sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've seen this before, I've gone through it, but Newsance is a first-time viewer.
Yep.
Explain the Baltimore sequence.
Okay.
You going through it.
So what happened was that our main character, Jack Ryan, discovered that the nuclear bomb that they've been trying to track down for this entire time it was shipped to Baltimore. And then the other main character, played by Morgan Freeman, William Cabot, or Bill Cabot, whichever one you prefer, he's trying to call him at this football game. They're all at a football game. The president's at a football game watching the Baltimore
Ravens.
I don't want to say it's the Ravens because they all had alligators on their helmets.
That might have been the other thing, but I mean, it's Baltimore. I mean, that's their football.
I know, but for product placement,
maybe they didn't get the license for Ravens, yeah. But in reality, it's Baltimore Ravens.
In reality, and then so he had trouble like calling him. He like can't reach him. He's like, and you just see Morgan Freeman like, hello, Jack, hello, whatever. I'm watching football. And
this goes on for a while.
Not an unbearably long time. Like it's very tense throughout the entire scene.
Really, in screen time, it's a short sequence.
Well, yes.
But
emotionally, yeah.
Because he's going from like airport, and he gets on a helicopter, and he's flying around, and like
we don't know that they're in Baltimore at this point, right? Like we actually don't know that this game is at Baltimore.
Well, you kind of do. You just kind of missed that, but that actually made it better for you.
Like I missed that part.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah.
Like if they said they were at Baltimore,
explicitly state it yet. But
but it was kind of
if you
implied.
really pay attention, you
it was implied.
But there is a scene when Morgan Freeman
oh my god,
stands up and you see Baltimore, and then
I was gonna explain that part. Yeah, okay. So basically,
go on.
And then eventually Jack reaches him, and he's like, "There's a bomb heading somewhere," and then he starts breaking up, and he's like, and he's like, Cabot's like, where I can't hear, and then it just clear right there, clear as day. He says Baltimore. Like it went from breaking up to just clear as a Baltimore. You could just see Morgan's face, just like, and we're like, oh no. And then he stands up, and it's got the shot. And then on the sides of the stadiums, like there's a first floor of seats, and then there's a second floor. And off of that second floor wall, there's like ads and stuff. And in this case, there's like a score thing showing where it was. He stands up, and you see Baltimore, like faded out in the background, and you're just like, holy crap!
Now I wanted to ask you, since the entire film was based on this bomb, the whole point was all about Bill.
I'm tearing up. I'm sorry.
I want to ask you,
yes,
because this was before I told you. How far along in the movie did you think we were?
I honestly didn't know. I was so emotionally invested in it already, which was so great. I thought we were. I thought we were a good ways into it. More than halfway, which it actually was. Like I thought we were like 75% into the movie, but no, that was like the halfway point. When a movie's rising action is a nuclear explosion, it's amazing. If you make it work,
yeah,
and they did. Oh my gosh!
Which you're scared because like this. So easily
doesn't settle down after that.
No, it could have gone wrong. Like this easily could have ruined the movie in so many ways.
Oh my gosh!
CGI was really bad. If they hadn't done that much respect, if they had like, if they had played much looser with like science, if they had not gone into detail and really developed what would happen, like really showing the destruction, the reaction, if they had just like kept moving.
Yeah, it just would have been.
It would have been like, well, that
awful.
was gratuitous.
It was like, wow, really? Like that? Yeah, that's how it would come up. But no, oh my gosh, no. So what happens is they start rushing the president out because they're like, we gotta get him out of here. There is a nuke in Baltimore.
Yeah,
and they start rushing him out, and they don't even say a word to the audience. Like.
Yeah, no.
Nothing. They didn't like just scream out, everyone needs to get out now. They were just focused on the president getting him out. And everyone in the stadium is just kind of like, what's going on? President's getting rushed out all of a sudden. And they're just kind of like, what? They stopped, like the people on the field. They kind of stopped playing. They were like, what? And they run out. Still didn't say a word. And you see him like they're pushing the president in the car, and he's like, what's going on? There's a nuclear bomb here. It's like, what the freak about all the people in the auditorium? And that's what everyone in the movie, in the audience is like,
that is,
oh my gosh.
That is the point where like, they define, like, we get the president. president. He is the ideal president. Like, I mean, once again, it seemed like he's not a really deep character, but just that one little line. Yeah. You easily could have cut out. You easily could have missed. You easily could have just had that he was, like, just in the moment, freaking out.
Like, he's just the president.
That is the exact thing that comes to his mind.
Yeah. Just, like...
little touches.
And it wasn't, like... I was afraid, when he said it, I had to, like, rehear how he said it, because I was, like, afraid that he said it in a very, like, nonchalant way, like, too, like, off the bat, like, you know, like... It's like, no, there's a nuclear bomb in here, and he's like, oh, but what about the people? You know, kind of thing. It's not like that. He's like, it sounded, maybe it's just because he was on the ground when he was saying it, and he can't really say anything kind of nonchalantly when you're tossed on the ground. But he was just like, what people? You know, like, I mean, I'm a bad actor. But yeah, he just said it so well, but I just had to make sure in my head that he did say it so well. But yeah, so that part... Oh man! And then so all the people are looking around. Still, they're like, "What? Oh, okay." And they don't tell them.
Nope. They just.
And they're
go
just
back.
like, "Oh," they go back, and then you see like the people playing football, and they like clap their hands like break, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a few of them simultaneously. It was kind of weird actually. And then it cuts after that, and then. We go to I forget where it cuts after actually goes to directly after that.
I mean, we go like there's a couple of like cuts where like it's where it's run, but then like okay, so you get this huge like satellite image of Baltimore, and it's just pure silence. Yeah, and you're like you're waiting, and then it cuts
to something else.
It cuts to the hospital, and you're like,
and the hospital like So
and then the windows blow out.
Oh my gosh, it was nerve-wracking. Holy crap.
Because you see, okay, this is how you would show a nuke going up, this big image, so it's going to happen in this shot.
Yeah, you think it's going to happen, you're like... And it's kind of got that panning movement. It's not like a still shot. It's got like a very slow
subtle
pan. And it's like... Holy crap. And then it goes to the hospital, and you're like... And then the windows... Boom!
Yeah, and everyone stops that, and then it goes into a sequence of shots of just seeing, literally...
destruction!
Of what? Like, a nuke, like, the clouds, everything, every little detail, and graphic detail on the film.
So crazy. And then, like how they had... I guess it was just, like, the dirt that just, like...
it creates, like, this dust.
That wasn't... And I know that wasn't CGI. I don't know what they used for that.
I think that was CGI.
Was it CGI? That was pretty good CGI.
I mean, maybe not entirely, but that's...
Like, that looked like it was...
just assumed.
I mean, like, I don't know, but it looked hella real. Like... Yeah. Because it did it, and it, like, it perfect, like, burst effect. It was like... Boom! And we're like, oh! And then you see... Jack Ryan is in a helicopter at this point, which is another reason why the calls were kind of and then he's in a helicopter. He's in range of the bomb.
Yeah, and like, it knocks him. It literally tears the helicopter in half, and you see it flying down to the dirt. And then you cut away. We don't get back to him for a while.
No. Like, and you see him because I don't know. Again, you know, I'm not a movie technical person. It's like, oh, I know how they did that without actually killing people. And they like the helicopter like topple on the ground, and then it rolls, and then as it rolls up, you see his body hanging out the top.
Well, no, that wasn't his body.
Oh, was it his body?
That was the pilot.
Oh, right. That was the pilots, but still, that was like, you know,
CGI.
So, it wasn't. That part wasn't CGI. I know that was.
No, that was totally
CGI. Oh,
you see, the best thing is that because
I meant the rolling over part, not the actual crashing part. Like the rolling.
Maybe
over.
It was a transition, from CGI to real, but I would just assume like there was so much dust going on, they probably just hid the bad parts with the dust.
True. Which is
but also
clever.
Oh yeah, well. Happens, man. I mean, like, because there's also like a shot where like you kind of see inside the cabin of like Ben Affleck just like being body slammed into the roof as it starts spinning around. You know,
oh my gosh,
like that whole sequence. The writing is just exact timing. The directing, everyone's reaction, the acting, the editing.
It's that is like the almost perfection of a nuclear explosion, like done on film. Like it was so great.
It is perfect thriller material. Like that is obviously the defining moment of that film. That is what everyone remembers. Like people who have seen it, you remember Baltimore. You do.
That will stick in your mind for a long time.
And I just to the people who say that
suck.
To the people who say this movie's just meh, I just want to just show that sequence again and tell me, I dare you to tell me it's still just a meh movie.
Right. Can we play that right now? Can we actually play that video part?
You can try.
Trying now.
If you saw it, awesome.
If you didn't,
it's because Willroar was a butt munch, myself talking in the third person, decided that this was going too long, but we'll try.
We will try.
And if it is playing, then you're not even hearing this because I'm just going to put it over this part.
Or this was technically what we were supposed to come back to.
So, now, for those who didn't see it, just go along with this. But if you didn't see it, you're not even hearing this. And we're back for realsies. We got 2 versions of whether I played the clip or not.
Yep.
It's all good stuff.
Good stuff.
And then my favorite part about doing that at the halfway point, because the real climax is World War III. Like literally,
pretty much. Like
it's all coming down.
Almost.
Like a carrier is blown up, planes are being destroyed. Like combat is almost sort of started.
Yeah. And other missiles are preparing to fire. Like
when I was first watching this, I was thinking like they blew up Baltimore.
And we're not done.
Like I was thinking, like they might actually start. They might fail again. Because like when you do that, like nothing is off the table.
Yeah,
everything's possible. Like other nukes still might go off. Like I mean, I knew it wasn't going to end on a complete downer note.
Yeah,
but when you blow up a city because they were just late, it was just too late. They failed. They failed.
Straight
the lowest
up.
point. You can't like. It's such.
And how realistic the implications of that came about.
Or at least okay. In case there's like I don't know some like international affairs majors going like, well, okay, for movies.
Like this is the closest that I've ever seen personally.
Yeah, just movies. Okay, so like majors out there, I don't maybe we're really popular with government majors. I don't know. And this is gonna be their favorite episode, but for us normal folks, for us unproductive members of society,
unproductive members of society,
this is amazing.
It was
in every horrifying way possible. So just you.
And I think after the Baltimore explosion came some of the best lines.
Oh yeah, because everybody doesn't give a shit anymore. A nuke has gone off in America. No one cares. The president is just telling people to screw off. Like, no one gives any fucks. Everyone is in Bill Murray mode right now. That's how bad things have gotten.
Oh, gosh. Yes, that's exactly what happened. The president is now Bill Murray.
Yes.
What was that line that he said that I was like, I need like this clip to be isolated and put on YouTube so I can just post it on Facebook.
Oh yeah, okay, wait. Let me.
Yeah.
I'm preparing myself.
Use some Kleenex.
God damn it. Okay. There's too much bullshit going on and not enough facts.
I think he said goddamn.
Yeah. There's too much. Wait, is it or
there's too much goddamn bullshit and not enough facts. And it's like
at the time of this recording, the government shutdown is still going on. They're shut down. We just need to run into the house with like a massive laptop and just play that clip. That's what we need. That's what America needs.
This is exactly what America needs. Holy crap.
I'm going to run for president, and every ad is just going to be that clip, and then followed by, vote for Willroar. And I'm just going to Photoshop my face onto it. Oh, God.
I want an image of this made immediately. I'm making that image. No, it's going to happen.
In Photoshop?
I don't know.
Because I'm triple certified in Photoshop, mofo. Seriously.
Yeah, he is actually. That is a true fact.
CS4, CS6, I got the Adobe certificate.
Because who cares about CS5?
It was...
I'm kidding.
I wanted to catch up. I was tired of being behind on the times. And plus, CS6 is like one of the greatest things ever.
Yes, I have heard this, actually.
It's beautiful. Anywho, so... Actually, I'm just wondering. So we both are in love with this film.
Yes.
We both. Okay, I still love Ben Affleck through everything. I don't know what your feelings of Ben Affleck are.
I thought he did a good job. I think there are a few times where I was kind of like, could have done that maybe a little better, you know. But like overall, he did
almost anything with him and Kathy, his girlfriend.
Oh well, yeah, all those scenes were golden. Yeah, I think those were the only parts of the film.
I think it's really revealing about Tom Clancy when like everything with Eternal, like it's just brilliant, really captivating stuff. And then the moment he has to write anything with a love story, it is like, just.
I'm convinced Tom Clancy has never been touched by a woman because he would know. Like, this is like.
I mean, okay, Ben Affleck is trying so hard to make it work, but no. This is like, what's that network with all like, this is Hallmark material.
Hallmark Lifetime.
Hallmark / Lifetime material is whenever it's just Ben Affleck and his girlfriend Kathy.
Yes.
It is, and I'm sorry, okay, I know it's Jack Ryan, it's Ben Affleck. It's Batfleck going on.
Batfleck.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's...
All right. Anyway, just
what was your favorite scene of The Sum of All Fears?
Are we miscounting the nuclear explosion? Like, are we saying besides that?
Okay. Both of us would say Baltimore, but besides, if we take that off the table, what would you say?
Oh man, there's so many to choose from.
There are.
There's so many great scenes. I'm thinking about all the Morgan Freeman lines from the first half of it. That's what I'm thinking back on. Like,
oh yeah,
yes, I completely agree with you. You're not ugly.
or when I asked for your advice, I didn't ask for you to talk.
Yes. And then the whole plane scene where he's like, no, go ahead, tell her the truth.
She'll be impressed.
She'll be impressed. Oh, man. There's so many good scenes. See, you're forcing me to...
While you're thinking...
Yes.
I'm just going to go out with mine. Just my favorite, outside of Baltimore, is... When Jack Ryan, I'm gonna try to change that. When Jack Ryan takes the truck and starts trying to drive through, rushing so much, and just for like this added bit of realism, like this is one of those un-Hollywood things to happen. So he's driving this big truck.
It's so amazing.
He's going through like what looks like post-apocalyptic wasteland. You're thinking like, oh, this is awesome.
There's flames everywhere. Yeah, it's amazing.
And he's on his phone. He's texting texting and driving, and then just wrecks.
Oh my gosh!
He didn't.
He wasn't paying attention
because the fire truck. He's like, oh shit! I gotta swerve out of the way. He just hits, car like is just screwed over.
But it's not like he like did some epic flip and everyone's like, oh shit. No, he just like rams into a building and it's
it's not even like it's just like a rubble. It doesn't even like make a big crash. It's just like he
not
just,
like the whole
knocks
building
the
came down.
engine around a bit and it won't start.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh crap, I gotta walk.
And you just because like he's so battered and bruised, like
and
his cuts,
and he's talking to this guy who he doesn't even know who he actually
and
is, but it's an
so
inside.
Fed up with everything.
It's an inside guy at the Kremlin, and he's trying to get information back and through and stuff, and he's like, ah.
Like okay, see, you would think the helicopter accident would be the Bill Murray moment for him, but no, it is this when he
just gets out of the car.
He's inches away from stopping World War III, and he's stuck in a car that won't start because he was texting and driving. I love it. I guess that wouldn't happen. I guarantee you that's not going to happen in the new movie.
Nope. No. I bet they're going to reenact that. And he's actually going to be on fire while it happens.
Yes.
And then when he crashes into the building, it's like right when he touches it, the whole building collapses. And then he gets out, and he still has all of his makeup on. Sorry, Chris Pyne. We all know that you wear lots of makeup. It's okay. We won't judge.
Willroar judges. I actually don't dislike Chris Pyne. I just dislike him in everything except Star Trek and Unstoppable.
Sure. Yeah.
But outside of those like 3 examples.
Right.
Yeah. So, Newsance.
Indeed.
Your favorite scene? Come on now. I believe in you. Come on. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone. What?
I might have to go with the scene where he's fighting the choker guy.
Oh yeah, when like one of the conspiracy are just like taking out people.
Yeah, so there's this one guy in the conspiracy group of people who's like, he's basically the hit guy for them.
Yeah.
Except he like, all he does is choke people.
Well,
with various things.
He's the hitman.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
We only see him choke people, yeah.
He's like a bad Bond villain.
He kills 3 people, all choking. Kills 2 attempts, all through choking.
Yeah. He's like one of those. He's like one of those bad like James Bond, like not the main villain, but like his
henchman.
The chief henchman. Who they always have that niche, of like what they do, and this guy is just choking people with random objects, pretty much. But in this case, they were at the docks, right?
Yep.
And Jack comes in, and he's looking around. There's like all these chains that are really like tied around these things. We don't see anything.
But one set of them is moving. We don't see the set moving. We just hear it.
Yes.
And he's searching.
And he's going around and he's like, what, stuff's going on. And then he like runs into something and we're like, oh, what is that? And he looks at it, it's a pair of feet. And then you realize this whole place is filled with people who are hanged. And you're like, what the crap? what is that? And then the guy comes in and starts choking him with the chain.
Pops up behind him.
And he's like, hello. And then he starts choking. I mean, he doesn't actually say that. But like, and Jack's like, holy crap. And this fight scene is really realistic. I would say besides maybe the throw on the table, which may or may not actually break it.
All like the action bits, unglamorous, are just really low scale and just.
And Jack, like, how, like, whatever direction was used there, I mean, it looked like Jack was a guy who, didn't really fight. Like, he was an analyst. And this is probably the only movie I've seen where the guy's like, I'm only an analyst. And then he gets into a fight scene.
You need to watch Executive Decision.
I have, actually.
You're like...
Besides that.
You're like the 3rd person on the planet to ever see Executive Decision.
Really?
No one has seen that movie. Like, me...
It's a Kurt Russell film where Kurt Russell is the president. I mean, come on.
He's not the president.
Is he the president?
He's an analyst.
I thought he was the president. No, he was
watching Executive Decision.
Kurt Russell is the president.
No, he's the analyst who gets brought along with the squad and through a series of coincidences is forced to take charge and forced to become an active agent. Somebody needs to watch Executive Decision again. Sorry.
Well, no, because I was thinking back to the.
Someone needs to watch Executive Decision
I know that it's got that it's got that one black guy that's in a few things that I've seen.
I hate you. Going on with Sum of All Fears.
He's in Eureka. Anyways,
you're going on about the realism of the fight scene.
Yeah,
and Ben Affleck not being able to fight worth a damn.
Yeah, but I mean, like, due to direction, yeah, but like he actually doesn't look like he. No, like it's not any actual like
he doesn't do anything
fighting.
Cool.
Like it's just like a guy who's looking like he's trying to stop this other guy from beating him up. Like this is one part where literally he just like kind of throws himself back and just like try to get the guy up. He's just like, and he like throws both of them on the table. And the table, I mean, I don't know if you could split a table like that, whatever the table was in half like that.
It all depends on the table.
But it looked like a little, like, more of a clean cut kind of broken table. But, I mean, Hollywood props. So, like, and then he didn't even stop him. Like, he didn't even kill him or anything. Like, you know, in all these kind of things that happen like this, you know, the guy eventually ends up killing the other guy. He didn't even kill him. Like, these other guys came in while Ben was trying to like get information from him, and he's like choking him and like having the thing up against his neck. Return the table now. Yeah. But like he's choking, he's trying to get. He's like, where's the
bad guy? Dresden.
No.
Was it Dresden?
It was like
the bad guy
is like
gone.
Newsance
Gone.
Anyways, I'm sorry.
Give up.
I'm sorry. So
it's over.
Whatever the bad guy's name is. And he's like, where is he? This is where Batman comes in. Batfleck. And then the cops come in. They're like, hey, you're like, stop it or something. But they know who he is. Like, are you Jack Ryan? But they still have the guy. He's like, and he's not even paying attention to them. He's like, well, I want my information because I'm an analyst and that's what I live for is information.
Not those exact words, but basically.
Not exactly. But he's like that. And then the guys like take him off of him and then they drag the other guy away. He doesn't even get the information from him in the end.
Nope.
Nothing. And the guy's like, we heard you needed some help. He's like just like brushing blood off of his nose. He's like, no, I gotta. This guy's determined as all hell. Like,
And he's selling it. Affleck
is selling it so much. I'm like, this guy legitimately is just like information.
You could feel the Bill Murray within him.
Yes. Physically. You can physically feel it.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I think that was one of like
to capture.
If I had to pick, which I really wish I don't have to pick because the whole movie just has a bunch of amazing scenes in it. But yeah,
so we both loved it. And to top things off, let's go over the trivia.
Trivia time.
So
I don't have anything clever for that.
The top of the trivia is the most awkward, which Newsance already knows. I'm gonna preface things. Now, first up, the film, this is a 2002 release. It finished filming in July of 2001. So, months before 9/11. The director, Phil Alden Robinson, changed the villains from Islamic extremists like they were in the novel to neo-Nazis.
Oh, they were actually Islamic, even more specifically. You said okay. So I mean, this might not. He said Arabic when he was telling me.
Well, I mean, Arabian. It's both. Yeah, it is like it was.
Well, I mean, like I know specifically
Islamist extremists who did this, and it was done because he did not believe Arab terrorists could plausibly accomplish all that was necessary for the plot to work on the film.
And he changed it to neo-Nazis.
Yes, and notice once again, this finished filming in June. They were probably still editing
it in
while
September.
In September when the attacks did happen.
That must have been
and
so
also
awkward.
To add further awkwardness, now the book came out in like late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
When the book came out, when Tom Clancy was like actually still like a pretty big name.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean still
like,
is there, but like when his books like were
yeah.
still like major
yeah
forces when they came out. There was this specifically Arab cultural group who were trying to campaign against him to switch the villains.
Right.
You know, because they were giving this bad impression.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's like
It's uncomfortably weird.
Watch the movie before you watch this part.
Well, we're at the very end.
I know, but I was like, I forgot about that. We should probably tell them that before, so they don't get discouraged to watch
Which
it.
we did.
I'm going to switch out the editing. There we go. I edited it so that line was actually before the actual trivia.
On to more fun stuff. Okay, so Morgan Freeman plays a ranking member of the Edmund, and James Cromwell. I'm sorry. Cromwell is the president.
Yes.
Their roles were exactly reversed in Deep Impact.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. It is. This is a sequel to Deep Impact. You heard it here first.
President lost his job, replaced by dead guy.
Well, no. This is a sequel.
Oh,
so,
this is a sequel to Deep Impact.
Yeah,
Okay,
Deep Impact is the prequel.
So, okay.
Morgan Freeman lost the presidency. James won it and brought back Morgan because it's Morgan Freeman.
Gotcha.
More interesting trivia because, Matt Damon had a cameo as a waiter, but was cut from the final film.
Oh, poor Matt Damon.
Yes.
That's why he's good friends with Ben. Well, he actually should be bitter enemies with Ben Affleck at that point.
No, they're like best friends.
I know they're
for
best
life.
friends, but like
they're
I mean,
like BFFFFs.
But like, that's a pretty dick move. Like,
Affleck wasn't the editor.
I don't care.
He didn't have control.
I don't care. I want this. I want relationship tensions.
Philip Noyce, director of Patriot Games and Clear and Present Danger, was offered to direct but turned it down.
Okay.
Harrison Ford also turned down the role again. It is still unclear whether. Well, I mean,
like, did he turn it down?
in a
separate movie?
No, okay. Harrison Ford turned down
the role to be the role again.
Yes, there we go. It is still unclear whether the decisions were related, but still.
Yeah.
One of Ben Affleck's predecessors in the role of Jack Ryan was Alec Baldwin, the one in Hunt for Red October.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was like,
so
I'm trying to think. I was like, who played?
In the timeline, Sum of All Fears Jack Ryan is about 20 to 30 years younger.
Okay.
In Pearl Harbor, Baldwin tells Affleck, "Do you remind me some 20 years ago?" which came before Sum of All Fears.
Holy crap. I want to say that Tom Clancy is the mastermind behind everything of the universe.
And everything's just gonna go to hell now that he's on.
Now that we've discovered it. Like,
Yes.
no, he's not actually dead. That's the thing.
Oh, he's got the brain in the tubes like Walt Disney.
Now we're just being disrespectful. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was kind of...
Wolfgang Peterson was
James
offered
joke.
the chance to direct, but declined as well. Interesting.
I'm sorry, what did he do? I'm not as familiar with names.
Bring up a full list of it all. Blame Windows RT for this. Okay.
So audience, how's your day? I can't give an accurate response because this is a pre-recorded
He
message.
is the director of, he's done quite a bit, but his career really picked up in about 80s. He's the director of Das Boot,
Oh, okay.
the director of The Never Ending Story,
Oh!
director of In the Line of Fire, director of Air Force One,
Oh my gosh!
director of The Perfect Storm, director of Troy, and his last film. I like Troy.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't as like Air Force One, but
Okay, yeah. Anyways, but his the last film he directed in 2006 was Poseidon. That was a thing.
let's ignore that.
Anyways, I should have been reading through. I should have like marked exactly which one.
Wolfgang was the last one.
When Ben Affleck first arrived on the set, he told director Phil Alden Robinson, "Nice working with you again." Robinson said, "What do you mean again?" Affleck explained that when Robinson was filming the scene in Boston's Fenway Park for Field of Dreams, he and Matt Damon were among the thousands of extras.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Ben Affleck, you're an awesome person. Just saying.
Yes.
Like, the awesomeness kind of peaked when you have the Batman safe room, basically, with the head flipping with the red button and the bookcase thing.
We'll tell that story another time.
Okay.
We gotta leave some ends loose.
I'll edit that part out.
But also, to cap things off now, since this is running along,
yes,
the title is paraphrased from a Winston Churchill speech. Why you can take the most gallant sailor, the most intrepid airman, or the most audacious soldier, put them at the table together. What do you get? The sum of their fears. Symbolism!
That's so deep. Well, that was exhausting.
That was the Willroar Newsance review, The Sum of All Fears, and go watch it. It's on Netflix.
Go! It's amazing.
Literally, right now. We have bugs in your room. I'm looking at you, Phil. Yes, you.
Phil.
Better do it. Open the top. No. Don't. Stop. Take it away from the X. Open up Netflix. I know you have it. Been watching you, Phil.
What have you been looking at?
Okay. We'll have to deal with Phil here shortly. In the meantime.
Hey. Don't delete your history. Come on, Phil.
Stay tuned for the Willroar and Newsance show, providing all the news you don't need to hear every Saturday. And for more reviews...
More of them?
Eventually.
Next week, maybe. At some point.
Stay tuned, everyone. Boop.
That was a good recording. Good recording.